Hello everybody, my name is Allison and I'm a librarian at the Broward County Library. Today we are going to have Sunsational Storytime. Our book today is going to be The Tale of the Flopsy Bunnies. But first, I would like to talk to you about who wrote the book. Her name is Beatrix Potter. And here's a picture of her. Miss Potter was interested in animals and nature, and she wrote our book today in her uncle's garden. And here it is. It's a real place. When you use seeds and soil and water, you grow flowers and vegetables. And here's a garden that you can use that will turn into a garden for you. And a garden, you can have lettuce, and carrots and radishes. So now I'm going to read to you from our story. It is said that the effect of eating too much lettuce causes sleepiness. I have never felt sleepy after eating lettuces, but then I am not a rabbit. They certainly had the effect of making the Flopsy Bunnies very sleepy. When Benjamin Bunny grew up, he married his cousin Flopsy. They had a large family. They were very careful and cheerful. I do not remember the separate names of their children. They were generally called the Flopsy Bunnies, and there was not always quite enough to eat. Benjamin used to borrow cabbages from Flopsy's brother, Peter Rabbit, who kept a nursery garden. Sometimes Peter Rabbit had no cabbages to spare. When this happened, the Flopsy Bunnies went across the field to a garbage heap in the ditch outside Mr. McGregor's garden. Mr. McGregor's rubbish heap was a mixture. There were jam pots and paper bags and mountains of chopped grass from the mowing machine, which always tasted oily, and some rotten summer squashes and an old boot or two. One day, oh joy, there was a quantity of overgrown lettuces which had shot into flower. The Flopsy Bunnies simply stuffed lettuces. By degrees, one after another, they were overcome with sleep and lay down in the mown grass. Benjamin was not so much overcome as his children. Before going to sleep, he was sufficiently wide awake to put a paper bag over his head to keep off the flies. The little Flopsy Bunnies slept delightfully in the warm sun. From the lawn beyond the garden came the distant clackety sound of the mowing machine. The bright blue blowflies buzzed about the wall. and a little old mouse picked over the rubbish among the jam pots. I can tell you her name. She was called Thomasina Tittlemouse, a wood mouse with a long tail. She had reached across the paper bag and awakened Benjamin Bunny. Here he is, he's sleeping. The mouse apologized profusely and said that she knew Peter Rabbit. While she and Benjamin were talking close under the wall, they heard heavy footsteps above their heads, and suddenly Mr. McGregor emptied out a sack full of lawn mowings right upon the top of the sleepy Flopsy Bunnies. Benjamin shrank down under his paper bag. The mouse hid in a jam pot. The little rabbits smiled sweetly in their sleep under the shower of grass. They did not awake because the lettuces had been so soporific. They dreamed that their mother Flopsy was tucking them in a hay bed. If you would like to read more of these tales, check out Hoopla on the Broward County Library website.